welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the woods, and welcome back to another cookery video. Yep, it's another one pot meal special, or a meal in a mug as I like to call them. This one uses one of my favourite recipes. It's an old Victorian breakfast item that I think is brilliant no matter what time of the day you have it. It's also nice and easy to do even on the trail, and it's ideal when you've had a long day's hiking and you just want to get set up and you want to get fed. Now the recipe we're going to make today is something called Kedgeree. As I said, Kedgeree was a Victorian breakfast item. It used smoked fish, rice, vegetables, and it put them together with a curry sauce to finish it off. I've updated it and made it suitable for cooking out on the trail. The ingredients you're going to use are easy to get in most supermarkets. One of these packets of a savoury vegetable rice. This is an own brand one. I think the market leader is Bachelor's. You can get it anywhere and it's as cheap as chips. Instead of smoked fish, I've gone for some tinned fish, and I've gone for some tinned mackerel in oil. As well as the rice and the fish, there were some vegetables in there as well. Well, the vegetables already in the golden rice, but there was also egg. Just boiled, chopped up boiled egg. Well, a boiled egg will keep in your rucksack for a couple of days, so this is one I've pre-boiled at home. And then finally, an instant curry sauce. Saves you chopping all those veg up and sweating it all down with lots of spices. To make a curry sauce, this one, you just add hot water. As far as gear goes for making this, it's pretty simple. Something to cook in, one metal cup, a water bottle, small chopping board, a spoon, and then two extra items. Number one is one of these, and this is a pour and store type bag. It's a heavy duty closed top polythene bag, and the difference with these ones is that when you pour liquid in them, the base opens out so it can be stood up. It's also really handy that they've got measuring graduations down the outside of the bag, so you can see exactly how much liquid you add into this. It also works like a measuring jug. The next item that's a bit different is this stuff. This is an envelope made from, I think this stuff's called thermowrap insulation. Basically, it's foilized bubble wrap, and it keeps things nice and warm or nice and cold. Some people even use this stuff inside their hammocks, but today I want this to help with our cooking. Now, for those of you who are regular viewers to the channel, this is the point where I go and light a fire. Well, except in this one, I'm not going to. A couple of reasons for that. Number one, a couple of people have said, oh bloody bushcrafters, in your videos you're always lighting fires, even to do things like make cups of tea. Well, yeah, that's kind of what I do. But that's not my main reason for doing it. The main reason for not lighting a fire on this occasion is, well, not all of you guys have got a permission where you're lucky enough to be able to light a fire. Also, some of you are a bit like me and you like to get out on your feet and do a spot of backpacking. So this recipe today, instead of a fire, I'm going to light a stove, and I'm going to use my little white box stove. Now, while I'm waiting for that to bloom, I'm going to open up my fish. And remember I said it's in oil. I want a little bit of that oil to go in my cooking pan. And then with that blooming, I'm going to get the oil on the heat. Then I'm going to take my vegetable rice and I'm going to fry it off in the pan. So you just keep that moving around in the hot oil and you're just frying off the rice and the spices a bit. Now I've just taken that off the heat, and the next thing I need to do is measure out 450 millilitres of water into this bag. So then all I do is add this to my rice. Give it a good stir. Get a lid on it. And then just let it come up to the boil. So with that lot on to boil, my next job is to take my fish, drain off the rest of the oil, and then I'm going to put that in the bottom of my bag. So that boiled away for a few minutes, the fuel's burnt out, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the rice and the water to the bag. So as you can see, the rice, the fish and a lot of liquid are all in this bag. I've sealed it up, leaving a little gap for the steam to escape at the end. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the cosy. So that's all in there now. I'm going to fold the lid over, prop it up against the tree. So as I said, this is an ideal recipe for on the trail because that's now resting and it needs to for about the next 30-35 minutes. During that time, all that heat is contained in the little foilised pouch, and basically you've got it on a slow simmer. The rice will gradually draw in the liquid, and with it all of the different flavours. What that gives me time to do is set up camp. So with the shelter up, I can now turn my attention to finishing the meal off. Now, at the moment it's had about 20 minutes. It's got another 10 to 15 to go, so it's going to give me enough time to get a bit of boiling water on the go, chop up the egg, make up the curry sauce, and then we're pretty much good to go. So I put 300 millilitres of cold water in my mug ready to boil up. As soon as that boils, I'll stir in my sachet of sauce. While I'm waiting for that, I'm also going to peel and chop my egg. So here it is, all done. I've got my pouch, and inside is my rice, my fish, my vegetables, all in there, good to go, all piping hot. I've got my curry sauce, and I've got my chopped egg. Now all I've got to do is put it all together. So there it goes, quick, easy. I've got my food on the go, my camp all up, and I'm all set for a nice quiet night in the woods. Really, really delicious. So there you go, my take on Kedgeree, but this time one that's set up for out on the trail, and it really is very tasty, and you really ought to give it a try. If you liked the video, and hope you did, then hit the like button. As always, subscribe to the channel, and you can always go over to Instagram, follow us on Instagram. The details will come up on the page in a moment. You can email me, you can get in touch over on our Etsy shop as well. While you're there, have a look out for our little patches, my Bushcraft patches, and of course some of the bits and pieces that I make, including the minimal scarf and the EDC light pouches, and I will be doing a restock on those fairly soon. I'm making bits for myself at the moment, but as soon as those are done, then I'll be cracking on and getting some more stock made for the Etsy shop. All the details, they'll be on at the end of the page as ever. I've been Neil, I've been in the woods, and until next time, stay safe.